What's good, everybody, man? It's Free Smoke Saturday. I know I'm lit today, man. What's good? It's DSA Above the Rim. We got a lot to talk about. It's DSA Above the Rim, guys. We back. We back. We got a lot to talk about. We got a great show for you guys today, man. It's about to be lit. Make sure you guys like the video. And it is Free Smoke Saturday, man. So let me introduce the panel. I got my boy Bravo in the building. What's good?
What's going on, everyone? Enjoyed the weekend. It's a nice playing game today. It was a good performance. So looking forward for a nice talk today.
All right, man. We got Pistons Talk in the building. What's good, man?
Not that much, man. If you guys haven't liked the video, do that, and let's have a good show.
All right, man. I got my man Detroit Drew in the building. What's good, man?
Yo, what's up, peeps, man? Hopefully you guys are having a good Free Smoke Saturday, man. Make sure you subscribe to my boy JMO, man. We are so close to 1K over here. Make sure you guys do that. But nevertheless, man, basketball has been on and popping, man. I cannot wait to dive into this. We, like JMO said, we got so much to talk about and so little time to do it in. So, JMO, man, let's hop right into it, man.
All right, man. Let's see. We got B-Ball Gratian in the building. What up, though? Alex Linford, Kyle Webb in the building. I see some other people getting here soon, but we gonna start off with the first topic. Like, we gonna start it off easy. You know, we gonna ease y'all into it. You know. All right. So Blake Griffin has been posting some recent videos, and we've been seeing him now. We saw him. He started working like a month or two ago, but now he looks completely healthy. So my question to you guys is, what can the Pistons do if Blake Griffin is healthy? And by healthy, that means he's playing 65 games. That's what it means. So we're going to go at least. That's what it means. So we're going to go with you, Bravo.
I think if Blake Griffin is healthy, he's back, man, I'll be so excited. This is something that we're looking forward to have in Detroit. Bringing Blake Griffin back, who will he'll just make us more at least a competitive to be at the possible playoff next year. And I think if he is really healthy 100%, we might have a chance of making the playoff. I think, I think we have a decent chance of making like the sixth probably or the seventh. I know the teams in the East are really strong already, a lot of them. But Blake, man, if he's healthy 100%, he's one of the top players. And also on top of that, you can increase his trading value. So these are the good things. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, man. We got Muhammad Al-Mahandi and TGM Games in the building. He said, goodbye, Gentry. Don't worry. We're going to get into Alvin Gentry too, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Like I said, we got a nice show for you guys. But look, Pistons talk. What do you think? If Blake Griffin looked like he's healthy, and if he's healthy enough, he plays 65 games. And I want Pistons fans to remember, with us, Blake Griffin played in the most games in his career since his second year. So, and he had to carry a lot of the load. If he didn't have to carry the load like that, he probably would have played all of the games. I'm being honest. But he had to carry so much of the load, so he ended up breaking down. But anyway, so what do you think, Pistons talk?
If he's healthy, like you said, 65 games, you're probably going to be like an 8th, 7th seed. Maybe you can go up higher if you get some more production out of the younger guys. But if he's healthy, it's a lower tier playoff team, in my opinion.
Okay, Drew, what do you think about this? If Blake Griffin is healthy, what could that mean for the Pistons this year?
This is a win-win situation for the Detroit Pistons because I know a lot of the fan base is split on what they want to do with Blake. With me, I want to keep Blake. But at the same time, if he's healthy around the trade deadline, if we're not where we want to be, if we're not a playoff contention, because making the playoffs is going to be really, 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 really hard next year to be in the Eastern Conference because you have to look at Washington. They missed out this year, but now they're going to get John Wall and Bradley Beal back. They're going to be right there fighting for the same position that we are, depending on what they can do in free agency and the draft. Brooklyn, they're going to have KD and Kyrie, which they already made the playoffs this year as the 7th seed. Orlando, they made it as the 8th seed, and they're not going to dip off that much. So making the playoffs.
Orlando? Come on, man.
Well, they're going to be right around where they are next year, depending on how well they can progress and stuff.
I really don't. I really don't.
Anyway, making the playoffs is going to be really, really
I'm sorry, man. You said Orlando, I got to combat that.
They made the playoffs 2 years back and back. So give credit where credit is due. They're well coached. They play defense really, really well. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but they'll be right there until the end of the season. About the last 2-3 weeks of the year, they'll be in the playoff hunt. with Blake Griffin being healthy, it opens up a lot more things for the Detroit Pistons. For one, when healthy, he is a All-Star. He is going to be on the All-Star team. He is an All-NBA player and one of the best players in the Eastern Conference, both offensively and at times defensively when he wants to play. It's just all about the willpower in him to play defensively. You know, we've seen it in the playoffs when he played against Giannis, is he was our best defender going against Giannis, you know. So when healthy, he's a leader. He's going to be the best player on the team when healthy. Whoever we get in the draft is going to have a lot of fun playing alongside of him. But him and Derrick Rose will work well together when they're healthy. And, man, I think the NBA needs to give him a drug test because he looks jacked right now, man. He's been in the weight room.
And man, I kept telling you.
Right now.
I kept telling you he's had the most time ever off from any injury. It's like he's almost had 2 years off, almost. And it's not. It had to have been 2 seasons, but it's almost like he's had 2 years off. Man, like I don't care any player, man, and he's still only 32. You get that man 2 years off, of course he's gonna come back looking like a Super Saiyan. Like, yeah, plus, man. Like,
and plus we have to wait until at least December to get Pistons basketball back, so he's gonna have even more time to work out on his body and get in better shape. So the sky's the limit for Blake Griffin, man. When he's healthy, man, he's gonna be another element to have with this weapon of arsenal that we have right now. And I think the Pistons will be a playoff team when he's healthy. We just have to do a good job of surrounding him with talent. And I think that the most important thing is that Sekou needs to take another leap in his development. And if we re-sign Christian Wood, that he's shown us he can produce when he is the number one option. So that way when Blake Griffin needs a load management game, or if we play a lot of back-to-backs next year, we can go ahead and rest him and play Christian Wood or Sekou and get the level of production that we've been missing. So I think that next year for the Pistons can be a good one, a really good one with Blake being healthy.
Let's see. We got Matt McLeod in the building. What's good? We got my main man Nomas J in the building. What's good? No, we got Devin99 in the building. What's good? We got Delane Bean in the building. Make sure you guys drop your comments, and make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. Now, look, if the Pistons have a healthy Blake Griffin this year, you know, adding LaMelo and Lonzo, I think we gonna go to the chip. You know, but let me see. If the Pistons have Blake Griffin for 65 games, I definitely think we'll be like a 7 seed. And I know you were talking about Orlando, but there's a lot of teams coming up in the East that I think are gonna start beating Orlando, like Atlanta being one of those teams. So I think they might be like a 10th seed, 11th seed. I don't think they're gonna be as competitive as they are, because I think the East is about to turn up next year and be way more competitive.
Even Cleveland,
yeah, right. I was gonna say Cleveland.
Especially if they get Danny Advia, like they'll be really, really tough to stop.
No, they will be. They really would be. Like, they got Danny. Then now Sexton and Garland don't have to play point guard. He can play point, and they can just score all day. Like, it would be a problem. Like, I'm serious, but I don't know if they can get that lucky, because they'll probably take James Wiseman or something. But back to Blake. Yeah, we're a 7th seed. Like I said, when we get Lonzo and Melo, we'll probably be like a 2 or 3 seed. So, but we're 7th seed, and I would love it. And I think he's going to be healthy this year. I think Luke Kennard is going to be averaging close to 20 points, 18 to 20. I think Sekou is going to make a jump to around at least 12 to like 14. And I think we retain Christian Wood. We got Derrick Rose scoring off the bench. We still got Svi. If Blake Griffin is healthy, we're a 7th to even the 5th seed. We just gotta be tough. But if Luke Kennard is like healthy the entire year, I think this team could be really, really good along with Blake Griffin. But I just need him to be healthy for the entire team, and he's working hard. And I think he's gonna have a breakout year just like he did the last time. Be 3rd team All NBA again, and we can trade him and get something good for him, hopefully. Now, if we hold on to him, I'm not going to complain about that, but it is what it is. But all right, guys, we gonna move on to the next topic, man. So now that the NBA bubble is over with, it's been a lot of talks and a lot of things going on, and apparently, Pistons fans want to believe that Lonzo Ball is available for trade. I don't think he's available for trade, but it's a talking topic because a lot of pundits are saying that trying to put Zoe in trade talks, because they always hating on my boy trying to move places. But I've seen a lot of Pistons fans saying they would like him, But my question is, should we trade for Lonzo Ball, and do you even think he's available? We gonna start with you, Bravo.
Definitely, yeah. If you get a chance to get Lonzo Ball, one of the best playmakers in the game, one of the best passers, if not the best passers, I think potentially in the future. Why not? I'd take him. I think he's really nice, and he did not really play well in the bubble, and I kind of feel like there's some things behind the scene we don't know much about, and maybe some. I noticed that he's not interested in some of the few games he played last few games of the bubble with the Pelicans. So maybe there's a reason for them to move on from Lonzo, and maybe this is a really reason for us to trade for him. I think if the Pelicans wanna trade him, I'm up for it. Definitely.
Uh, what's like? This is my thing with the whole thing is what does the trade package look like? Because I like who would they want on our team? Like if we trade Alonzo, then Sekou probably not gonna be here because like
No,
I can't think of anybody like
no,
they know what they gonna. They not trading Alonzo for Luke Kennard.
I
They'll
think
never
they do.
like
I think
that.
they do.
No,
Yeah.
They
no, they
want to
don't.
take. They want
They
to take
got
a
JJ
shooter.
Redick already. Why would they
No,
trade
no.
away the only
They love
point
a
guard on
shooter.
the team for another shooting guard? They wouldn't do that.
They
He's a
would.
younger version of JJ Redick. Why not?
Yeah, he's a younger version of
I
JJ
just don't think. I know the
immediately.
Pelicans like D. Griffin is not trading Alonzo just for Luke Kennard. Like
I think it
No.
works.
that's not gonna be enough. Like you're gonna have to give up something of value, you know?
I think this is what can happen. Potentially sign and trade, maybe. That could work, maybe.
Nah, man, that's not enough. Like Luke ain't enough. Like they gonna ask for Sekou.
They'll probably
No,
just
no,
like
I don't think
Luke,
we should give
Fee,
Sekou.
and a first round pick. That's probably
Luke's
what the value
and
is.
Speeds, or you just giving up all the shooters. So
That's
you
probably
giving up
what they want.
Luke. I mean, so hey, now I like Luke. I mean, Luke and Speed together is a pretty nice package, you know. Like
But
now
I'm not doing that.
alone, this is like, but you giving me both. Oh yes, I add 40% shooters to my team that both can ball handle and pass. Yes, that's great. So maybe they would do that for Zion's sake, you know, like instead of taking away the point guard that's perfect for him, replacing with a couple shooters. I mean, it still will work for Zion. I don't have no doubt about that. But nah, I gotta take this next, man. So should we trade for Lonzo? Do I think Lonzo is available? I've been saying trade for Lonzo since what 2017, 2018. Like, what are you talking about? Trade for him now and save our franchise, please. I'm begging you. But I know the Pistons are not going to do that. But what was very interesting about this whole situation is the reports came out that if Lonzo was to be traded, Charlotte and Detroit were the teams that he most likely will go to. And I'm like, what? And I love it because now I'm going to talk about a little bit deeper story. We got a lot of this has to do with LaMelo and his trainers from Detroit. And LaMelo's spent a lot of time in Detroit, has come to a lot of the games, and he's been playing basketball here. Their mother is from Michigan, so it's some ties here. And if we can get LaMelo, they probably want Lonzo too. But I found it very interesting that the Pistons was on the phone because I've been begging them to get on the phone and get Lonzo. They should have been got Lonzo. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, now y'all want to do it, which makes no sense. But we're gonna talk about Alvin Gentry later, and I think that ties into this thing about whether he is available or not. The fact that Alvin Gentry is now gone, but I mean, I'm giving up whatever they ask because look, Lonzo and Blake Griffin together, because I know we're not giving up Blake Griffin. So Lonzo and Blake Griffin together, that's gonna work. Especially if we still got our pick from this season. I would rather give up our pick from this season before like giving up Luke and just let them have the high draft pick. That because that's the only way I could think that they will do that. Let them have a high draft pick, but we still need LaMelo. So it's just like, how can you give that to him? But I don't think he's available right now. I really don't, because I think David Griffin, that Zion connection is special. We ain't seen something like that in a long time. And I mean, I don't think they're gonna break that up. But if he is available, trade for him tomorrow. What do you mean? Like if I'm Dwayne Casey, I'm like, I can finally get my point guard. I don't have to draft somebody and hope that they're gonna be something. I can just draft the guy that I know is gonna be great. You put him with Blake Griffin, it's a wrap. Like, woo, it's a wrap, man. But we got CA3 in the building. What's good, man?
What's going on, y'all? Ready to talk some basketball?
All right, man. Pistons talk. Should we trade for Lonzo Ball? Do you even think he is available?
I had to look at the source, and I want to say it was Jason McIntyre. And when I read his tweet, he said, listening to today, I listened into his show, and he didn't even talk about the Pistons at all or the Charlotte Hornets. I think that was his clickbait to have people listen to his radio show. If
I'm about to say I could never waste my time listening to that.
I was, dude, 2 hours I waited, and then as soon as Gentry was fired, he talked about it for 5 minutes. But getting back to the topic, I think if the Pelicans were to trade someone, it's going to be Drew Holiday over Lonzo eventually, because Lonzo's their future. I just don't see it happening. It would probably really upset Zion and BI, like you mentioned.
BI be like, don't even offer me a max offer sheet. I'm out of here. Like, I guarantee you, BI's gone. Like, he's gone because he knows he can get a max from anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, who not giving BI a max right now? Any team is getting, like, if you're giving Brandon Ingram a max. And I would take Drew Holiday, though. And that's because I just don't think he fits on that team. I think he definitely can fit on our team.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I would take Drew Holiday. Like, and I would just put him and Luke Kennard in the backcourt and call it a day. I'm serious. And, have D Rose backing him up. And that's what I would do, but that's another thing. Go ahead. You done?
What?
I said, you done?
Oh, yeah, I was done.
Okay, I thought you had more, man.
No,
I
no.
said, oh, my gosh. I'm like, bro, you frozen in space or something? But, all right, Drew, man. Should the Pistons trade for Lonzo Ball? Do you think he's available?
Oh, hell yeah. If he's available, you trade for him right now. Because watching the Pelican games, you have to really watch the games because him and Zion and BI, they fit really well. They're all different type of players. BI can literally shoot from the perimeter, and he's got a good post game. He's got a good mid-range game. He can finish above the rim. Zion's a freaking nature, super athletic. The thing about Lonzo is he's so unique. He's a different kind of player. He's not really flashy in the aspect of a superstar. And when LeVar came out and said he's better than Magic, he's better than Seth, it really hurt him because he's a good player.
Wow. Bro, man. Drew, the NBA guy said you wasn't putting enough respect on Lonzo's name, bro. They was like, bro, put some respect on his name. He is better than Steph. That's what they saying. He's not. But that's what they saying.
I have no idea what happened there.
Basketball guys was like, put some more respect on his name, dog. They were like, put some respect on that Lonzo Ball name.
It booted me from the stream. I have no idea what happened.
They was like, wow.
Okay,
like,
NBA. I see you. Anyway, like I was saying before I get kicked again, I don't know what the hell happened there. Look, if he comes here to Detroit, let's say we have to give up away. More than likely, we're going to either give up Bruce Brown, Luke Kennard, and Sviv, or we don't have to give up all three, but one of those guys will more likely to be gone because they're some of the highest value targets. Now, I talked to a Pelicans fan today on my video where he wanted Christian Wood back, and I said, no, sir, you guys messed up in letting him go. You do not get him back. I'm not sure what else we have to give up, to be honest with you. And right now, I kind of made the video before Gentry got fired, but after seeing Gentry get fired, I had to redo the video because it kind of changes everything right now. We don't know who they're going to go. We've heard some rumors about who they want, what they're interested in. When you get a new coach, you don't want to give players right away because you don't know that coach could have a whole game plan around that player. And he fits with New Orleans. Like I said, him and Zion have a great connection where Zoe can grab a rebound, throw him a full court lob, and he's going to dunk it. And, Zion, BI, they're scorers. Zion and BI are going to be scorers for the rest of their career. Zoe his job is to give him the ball. But Jamo, to your point, man, you made some great points about Zoe. Is this year, man, he's had some good scoring games, and he's tinkered his shot. He's improved there. His defense is so good. A lot of the Pistons' problem has been perimeter defense and stopping guards. Zoe's going to come here. He's going to change some of that. Not by himself because Luke Kennard and Sviv, they're not really great defensively yet. I don't know if they'll ever be, but he'll at least be able to stop point guards from getting there. So now in free agency, you can go out there. You can sign a Dwight Howard, JaVale, a Hassan Whiteside, a rim protector because some of your perimeter defense already got better. And now you just need him to help pick up the slack where Tony Snell or Luke's going to be guarding. So I think if we do trade for him, our defense is going to get instantly better. Our tempo is going to get better because I think right now with Christian Wood and Sekou out there, some of the young bucks who can fly in transition, you want to push the tempo. Blake's a little bit older. He's going to be more of a trailer in transition right now. But even though he can still grab a board and go coast to coast with it. So I think if we trade for Zoe, it fills the need for a point guard that he'll be starting. You can still have Derrick Rose coming off the bench unless you have to trade him for Zoe, which is a very good possibility. But say you're able to keep him. You got 2 point guards coming at you the full game. You got a bunch of young guys who want to go in transition, so that way your shooters like Luke, Mihailuk, they're open. If you have to trade one of those, you re-sign Langston Galloway for cheap. He played a pretty decent season this year.
Re-sign Langston Galloway, bro.
Only if you have to trade away. Only if you have to trade away with Luke or Mihailuk.
I know, but find another shooter, man. Dude.
But then this changes our draft analogy here. Whoever we want, because we all, I think for the most part,
no, it's still LaMelo. If we got Lonzo, it's definitely LaMelo. What do you mean?
But here's the thing, though. We're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed LaMelo. So now say we get the 3rd pick. Anthony
we
Edwards
got Lonzo. You move heaven and earth to get LaMelo. What do you mean?
But say we're at 3. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo's gone. Now you can take a James Wiseman. Now you can take an Obi Toppin. You're not just limited to taking a point guard right now. So I'm very interested in this. I hope the Pelicans want to get rid of him because I will jump all over this thing in a heartbeat.
Let me tell you something, Drew. I will never forgive the Pistons if LaMelo get drafted at 2 and we at 3 and we got Lonzo on the team. I will never forgive y'all. Like I say, you move heaven and earth to draft LaMelo if Lonzo's on the team. Do y'all not know what this would do? It would be over. You move heaven and earth. We gonna have them 2 and Sekou, and it's a wrap. Like, book it, bro. It's done. Like last time they played together, they never lost. Just like LeVar said, never lost. Never lost. Come on, man. Like they don't lose, bro. I couldn't even you can't even name it's nobody in the NBA.
Are you saying they'll get 74 wins?
I'm saying they gonna win a championship. That's what I'm saying. And
let's not get carried away, man.
No, I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying. They winning the chip.
Year one?
I didn't say year 1. I just said they winning one. I say they win one in the next 3. I definitely see. Yes, man. It's over, bro. Come on, man. Oh, with Sekou? Oh man. But anyway, I wanted to say something about what you were saying though. But the thing about I don't know if he's available, but obviously we know what adding Lonzo to this team. Yeah, our defense. I'm glad you brought that up. Our defense would be top 10. Like the Alvin Gentry is one of the worst defensive coaches I've ever seen. You know, Lonzo rookie year, he turned the Lakers into a top 10 defense. And when he was there, the second year, they were a top 10 defense, and he was the best defensive player on the team. So he goes to the Pelicans, and they just don't know what defense is. And they got Drew freaking Holiday and Lonzo.
Dwayne Casey's a pretty good defensive coach. Like when he was an assistant in Dallas, they were one of the better defensive teams in the league. Then he goes into Toronto, and over the 8-year span or whatever it was he was there, they got better defensively every single year. The first year in Detroit, I believe we were a top 5 perimeter defensive team. This year, I don't know what happened, but Dwayne Casey's a really good defensive coach, and I think getting a player like Lonzo is what Dwayne Casey needs.
Yeah, if now I'm talking about keeping Bruce Brown if we get Lonzo just because I want them to be shutting people down together. I think that'd be very, very beneficial. But if he has to be traded, that's cool. But yeah, our defense, we will be a top 10 defense because I know the people in the Pelicans, they don't know how to play defense and they don't play no effort with defense. And Zion is one of the worst defenders in the league. Hey, it's the facts, bro. That man can't guard nobody. It's bad. So looking at that,
I haven't spoken yet.
You said what?
I haven't spoken yet. So I haven't spoken.
He hasn't talked yet about it.
Yeah.
No, I said okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh yeah. What I was saying was, personally, I would love to have Lonzo on the team. He would be the point guard that we need, to be a quarterback of our offense. But on the other hand, I do not think he's available. I think especially since Gentry is fired, that makes it clear to me that he's not available. It makes it clear to me. I think that the Pelicans are they're trying to find a different coach with a different philosophy because Gentry was clearly not that guy. He just made knuckleheaded decisions a lot of the times, and He just didn't know how to manage the team. Like, how do you have arguably one of the best defensive backcourts in the league, and your team cannot play defense? All right. Yeah. My bad. Keep going. My bad.
Pistons became the top 3. Yeah, we can guard the 3-point line, but no, like I don't know, man. Pistons can't play defense like I want them to. I think this year they were a better defensive team when they were trying to be healthy. You had one of the worst defensive point guards and Reggie, and then having Luke didn't help. But no, I think trading Alvin Gentry, man. I mean, not trading. Firing Alvin Gentry is the reason why Lonzo's going to stay. And Zion Williamson, like, the connection, we're going to talk about Pelicans firing Alvin Gentry, man. Because we had Alvin Gentry as a coach. And I don't know if some Pistons fans remember, but he wasn't that good here either. So, let's talk about it, man. Pelicans, they fired Alvin Gentry, and I think them fire Alvin Gentry lets me know they're going to try to get a new coach in there with Lonzo, B.I., and Zion, because I just don't understand, any GM, any owner with a right frame of basketball mind knows you had them 3 together, you don't break them up, or we going to be talking about you like we talk about OKC, because, like, that's what's going to happen. Lonzo gonna go to his own team, be a star. B.I. gonna go to his own team to be a star, and Zion gonna waste away for about 7-8 years and then leave. And we gonna be like, how did the Pelicans botch this? So the first step was getting rid of the coach and then building that roster up. But thoughts on the Pelicans getting rid of Alvin Gentry, who I've been calling a garbage coach for a long time. Bravo.
Man, he's just so bad. I have not seen a worse coach in the bubble so far. He's just been so bad, I can't even comment about him. So it's just, he's the first. The only worst coach, in my opinion, is Jim Boylan, who he also got fired already. So he is one of the worst coaches, I think, this year, period. And I don't think there is, like, a lot of bad coaches in the season. I mean, he is one of the worst for sure. And the fact that he got really fired this quickly, it's just a bad taste. I don't feel like it's a right move as a New Orleans Pelicans. They should have waited until the trade or something like that deadline. Wait before you fire him. Maybe trade us Lonzo before you fire Gentry. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I want Lonzo on the squad, but you had to get rid of Alvin Gentry. That meant like Luke Walton. I thought Luke Walton was the worst coach in the league. And, I'm still on that a little bit. But, I mean, Luke Walton outcoached Alvin Gentry. And I'm like, all right, bro, you a bum. You a scrub. Like, the man. But, all right, man. Anybody else got thoughts on the Pelicans firing Alvin Gentry?
Hey, as Pistons fans, we should know Gentry's a terrible coach, bro. He was here during the Grant Hill era. We all know he was the problem. Anytime you have 2 guys like B.I., who has had a breakout season, an all-star that is due for a max contract, and you have Zion, a potential rookie of the year, which he was hurt for all the years. So, I mean, if you want to use that as an excuse, you can. But you had so much talent. The Pelicans were so deep that there's no excuse for this at all. And all the lineups that he had out there were terrible. There was no excuse for in the bubble when Zion came back not to have either Zoe, B.I., or Zion out there at all times. Like, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
And he loves these 4-guard lineups. Like Dwayne Casey has done it, but he does it more than Dwayne Casey. He'll throw out a Josh Hart, JJ Redick, Etuan Moore, Frank Jackson lineup. What the hell is that? And then he'll put Melly at center. Yeah, so Pistons fans know, and I just think this is and you need a coach that isn't biased and doesn't play favorites to some of the veterans on the team, like Drew Holiday, because him and Gentry had that special relationship. And, that's what happens with minutes and stuff. But anybody got anything else to say about this before we move on?
I was going to say, I said, just the fact alone that you really had the NBA fight to bat for your team just to make sure that you could get in, that they created a whole play-in format, and they had 8 extra regular season games just so you could get in, and you still messed that up. And you had the easiest remaining schedule out of all the teams in the world, and you still messed that up. I just don't know how you messed it up. And then then your team somehow can't play defense when you had one of the best defensive backcourts in the league. Like I don't get it. And then you call a timeout like that. yo, Lonzo on a fast break, he can call a timeout, and you know you messed up. Everyone, ever since that happened, I knew he was out of there. He was out of there. There was no way he wasn't gonna.
Oh no, he knew he was out of there because you saw how he reacted. He's like, "Oh my god!" One thing about Gentry is he's such a weak-minded coach, and I don't say that lightly. But if you go back and watch Pelican games, especially in the bubble, every time a team hits a big shot or a good shot, you'll see Gentry over there on the bench, like, "Oh my god!" And like he just like you would see him losing it on the bench, like reacting. And I'm like, bro, like, why are you acting like that? How you supposed to inspire your team? But now we're gonna talk about our next topic, man. Alvin Gentry is such a scrub, and this is gonna be great for all of Pelicans Nation, man. All right, this the next topic, man. We talked about it a little bit, but we're gonna dive into it, man, because this is very serious. You know, LeVar has always been talking about I want all my boys on the same team. Nobody would think Detroit would do it, but you know, Detroit is so the stigma of our city would make us just the type of city that would get something like this done. We about action, and people gonna hate us for it, and we'll be the villains, and I will love every single moment of it, and I'm gonna clown people every single moment. But so should the Pistons make a concerted effort to get Lonzo and LaMelo together on the same team if it's possible? We gonna start with you, Bravo.
I don't know about that. Let's get one of them first, and then we could talk from there. I doubt this is gonna happen. We should not go too far. Like looking at both. This is too greedy for me. I think we just stick with one. I'll be happy with one. And if you ask me, I mean, we could probably get closer to LaMelo than Lonzo because I don't think the Pelicans would trade him. But if we miss on LaMelo, I think I'd definitely go after Lonzo. I just don't know what a trade package exactly. That's the biggest question would be to get Lonzo here. But it would be exciting to see a couple of Ball brothers here. I can't even imagine how it looks like. If we have a couple of Ball brothers and they have maybe Zvi, maybe we have also, let's say, Sekou. Man, I'm done. I'm gonna watch the Pistons for the rest of the week of my life. So that's what I'll be doing probably.
Yeah. Say less. Levi says y'all need to talk about Lonzo getting all the blame for them losing. Well, I think he's definitely getting way too much blame. They be treating Lonzo like he like a superstar or something with all the blame he be getting. Because I ain't see Bi get no blame. Drew Holiday didn't get no blame. Zion didn't get no blame. Alvin Gentry got the blame. He's the only other person. I do agree with that. Yeah, man, that's just the media trying. I don't know why, but they be trying to tear apart the team. Y'all know Lonzo and Zion's gonna stay together forever, at least 5 years. But you know, not unless we trade for Lonzo right now. Because to me, I think you might not think he's on the trade table. That's because you're not offering something sweet enough for a team to want to do. If you be like, look, we gonna give you all this, we just want Lonzo, they be like, all right, man, sorry, Zo, bye. And then that's how you take them. And you go build something, you know, because none of our assets besides Sekou is really something that we have to keep, you know. But all right, Pistons talk. Should the Pistons try to get Lonzo and LaMelo on the same team together?
Well, we got to win the lottery first. I think that's the first thing we have to do if we want LaMelo. As for Lonzo,
we either win the lottery or hope Golden State win the lottery. They're not gonna take them.
Honestly, I think the Pistons' best chance of getting a Ball brother is Jello right now.
Oh, what? Oh, come on, man.
No,
LaMelo, come on.
Yeah, that's right, but he's not an NBA player.
Hey, he can.
No,
still
I disagree
play.
with that. I disagree with that.
He can play. It's just he's had a bad. I don't know.
There are players worse in the NBA than Jello, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now.
But he's not in the NBA right now. So
no, I mean, yeah, but trust me, he's gonna be on the roster eventually, and I wouldn't mind adding him at least on the G League team. He ain't gonna get on the roster, but if he can play in the G League, that's cool. Like I said, it's NBA players worse than him.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just gonna be honest. Like when you got teams like Houston, and I'm not saying they worse than Jello. I'm just saying with McLemore and Wanamaker. Well, not McLemore and what's the other dude name? CA3. I know you know the other dude. Yeah, McLemore and House. All they literally do is shoot threes and pass. They don't do nothing else.
House, so House is solid. I like House.
They don't. I'm just saying they don't do nothing else. That's all they do.
No,
so you can find a role for somebody like Jello in the league.
No, I don't think we're going to get
It's like
Lonzo.
comparing Giannis Antetokounmpo to Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Who's not even.
No, it's not, man.
No, it's not.
I don't
No, it's
know.
not. Ben McLemore and House are like not those level of
No,
players. They
I'm not talking
literally
about
just
these.
shoot threes, bro.
No,
They
I'm
don't do
talking
nothing
about.
else. I watch the Rockets all the time. That's all they do.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the Antetokounmpo brothers comparing to the Ball brothers with Jello in here. It's like that right now.
No. I
No.
mean, no. I do think Lonzo and LaMelo are like better than him, but I think
Yeah.
Jello. Look, y'all, you gonna put some respect on Jello name in a couple years.
I don't
man.
know. We'll see.
Like you got to remember that whole China stuff that killed his career. If he didn't do that,
Mhm.
he'd be in the league already.
Yeah.
Like facts, he'd be in the league right now if he didn't do that. So
I mean,
it's
he
not
played
like
in the
he
G
didn't have the
League
potential.
already. He's already played in
Yeah.
the G League with the Thunder. So I mean, you never know. But I don't
So
know. I don't
you
think we're
think
going to get.
you
By the
think
way,
we closer to getting Jello than LaMelo or Alonzo?
I think they get Jello to lure in, get LeVar's attention. So you got to think of it from a marketing standpoint to LeVar. Like, we want all three of your boys, and Tom Gore's just stupid enough to do it.
That's why I mess with Tom Gore. But I don't think that would be stupid. But
No, it's not stupid, but it's just like Tom Gore
I know
is
what
an
you mean. I
owner.
know what you mean.
It's really out of touch. I think we can all agree there. Tom Gore
I
is
don't know
just-
why that's so funny. It's funny because it's funny because it's true.
No, but like this dude, Tom Gore is probably be like, nah, if I make this happen, man, I'm gonna be selling out downtown for years to come.
Man, you
That's
could
what
put
he
all
thinking,
three of
bro.
those brothers in a Little Caesars commercial, man. They would sell out like crazy.
Bruh, having all of them together on one squad. I mean, any team that can get this to happen, any team that can get, because it's not just getting them three. They're not the whole team. You gonna still have other teammates, but if you can put three great players together, and they happen to have chemistry because they're born, they was all brothers. That's one thing. Like if any team can get this done, they are gonna benefit greatly and probably win a championship. I'm with LeVar on that, man. You put them together, they gonna win the chip. Like you heard it here first. So yes, by any means necessary, we need to put Lonzo and LaMelo together. Like I said, as long as we ain't giving up Sekou, I'm willing to give up anything. You talking about Drew? They want Christian Wood back. They can have Christian Wood. I don't care. Like they can have him. They can have him. Like they can have Christian Wood. Like so, they can have Luke. They can have C. They can have Bruce. If I can, because I gotta say some of those assets to get LaMelo. But my thing is, once this lottery happens and we get that top pick, y'all know I'm gonna be talking crazy.
Oh, dude, if we get the top pick, it's gonna be on and popping.
Bruh, I'm like, we literally gonna get both of them. I'm telling y'all. Like, I don't know if the NBA would allow it, but I guarantee you, if we get the first overall pick, we get both of these dudes. And y'all need to start thinking that a reality, because that means we gonna draft LaMelo, and Tom Gore is about to move heaven and earth to get Lonzo. He's like, I don't care about the Zion connection. I'm giving y'all like he's not gonna care because, it's gonna be crazy, man. But I definitely think that Pistons should try everything to get them together, because it'd be good for basketball. It'd be good for ratings, and we'll get back to our winning ways. And like I said, it's still gonna be a whole team around them. They're not gonna be the entire team. You can build around that, because Melo has some serious potential. Lonzo has serious potential. Like that's gonna be a problem, man. And you got guys like I don't know if D Rose will be on the team, but if he still is, you got him to mentor these guys. And if Blake Griffin still on the team, they're gonna be a problem. You can't get me to believe Lonzo, Blake Griffin, and LaMelo and Sekou year one. Year one, they gonna be a problem for real. So, but all right, guys, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Anybody got anything else to say about this? CA3, you there? I guess he's not. All right. So it's been a lot of crazy things going on, and we've been talking about the other bubble or the broke bubble, or trying to have some games for teams like the Pistons and the Hawks and these bottom feeder teams. And there's been a lot of talks about it, and NBA said they weren't going to do anything. So now it seems the NBA bubble market programs for other teams what will happen, and what could this mean for the Pistons if the NBA actually has a bubble program that will consist of practices, and you're gonna be able to do 5-on-5, and you'll be able to play against other teams, and you'll get a lot of conditioning. It's basically just allowing these teams to come in, get conditioned, and play against their competitors and more of a gym-like setting. There's nothing's going to be televised. They're not going to play for anything. But I like the fact that they're at least going to let them in the building to play some basketball, because at the end of the day, it's better to play against NBA players than not play against NBA players. But so what do you think about this?
I think it'll be good for development. I think that's something we've talked about before is, not playing basketball for so long. I actually just read an article. They're pushing back the season to March. So we might not have basketball. Yeah, we might not have basketball until March of 2021.
Whoa. I thought it was December.
This just came out from Sam Amick from Mino Hoop. So it could be to March. So, not playing basketball for that long, you're going to get rusty. So I think going to Orlando is going to be essential for all of our young guys to, develop, get on the court, stay healthy. I'm for it. I don't know about you guys.
What do you think about this, Bravo?
Definitely, I'm 100% on board with Pistons talk. I think this is very, very important for the Piston players. A few days ago, Dwayne Casey had a Zoom meeting with the Piston fans about the G League team. And I did directly ask him this question. He really answered my question. I'm really important. I asked him, "What is your expectations with this current NBA players for the Piston players contact during this COVID thing? How are the contact of the players? How is the training going on?" He literally answered me. He said, "There's no contact. There's no one-on-one training right now. There's only one player with a trainer." And they're doing like this social distancing, and they're basically not even doing a team practice anymore. So this is really bad. Imagine this keeps going on for too long, the players will lose a lot of basketball potentials and development potentials, I think. So having them in the bubble is a very important to recreate that development, and also like put them together in one area that will give them more time to practice. The thing is, Shams from the Twitter, Sham, he tweeted that the Pistons are really like, look, he didn't really tweet it specifically for the Pistons, but he tweeted that it'll be a week of one-on-one, and it'll be 2 weeks of team practice 5-on-5, and there'll be another 2 weeks of like team player practice, so team versus teams. The question is, it's like, I agree with Devin 99. It's better be televised. Why not? I mean, it's a chance to see our Pistons. It's a chance to see a development. If I'm like Adam Silver, I'll create a mini tournament at least. That will help more televising. And
but like they don't. Do you think they need the ratings though?
It's not about the rate. I think it's something.
And like they don't have nothing to play for. So what's the point of like adding a nondescript tournament just cause?
Well, it needs to be on local TV. So, like, for the Pistons, it needs to be on Fox Sports Detroit, so that way we can watch our team.
It's not that only. It's we're paying a lot of money for daily testing of the players. They're paying money. They're paying money for bringing those players in there. Why not making it televised and have like more money return? You got to play it smart. But the point is, I mean, you got to create a small sort of tournament to make it happen more interesting. That's the point. And I definitely like the idea of having the Piston players go there. We've seen already the success of the bubble. It's a tremendous success. Adam Silver already made for the players. It's a very safe environment, like I predicted it. The bubble is probably going to be safer than no bubble at all. This is how it's supposed to be in the future. So I think it's a great move. We'll see how it goes.
I'm definitely excited about it because I need to see or hear about Sekou destroying people, so I can just keep hyping him up even more, because we've been seeing what he's been doing in dudes. If you hear Sekou out here breaking people arms in practices, some of these other teams that ain't ready, and Sekou like, man, get up the court. Like, there's no games, no games over here. Like, you already know how Sekou is. So I need to hear that Sekou is out there dominating people, and I think this is great because I always thought that there was no way that you can not have these teams play basketball. You can't not have these teams play basketball. These teams have to play some basketball. It's not fair that all these other teams get to play and get conditioned and then they get nothing because the whole regular season was canceled. So that definitely matters, and I'm glad that the NBA, they've been fighting hard, and the coaches and some of the leaders of those teams. They've been fighting hard to get this done, and they're finally going to implement something which is very good. The bubble will be safe. I don't know if they should make a tournament for the games because I don't really know like what will be important about it. I mean, if we want to watch the games, cool, but like it's just not gonna matter, and it'll be after the championship. No one's really gonna care, man. But all right, man, hold up. Mondo out here disrespecting Lonzo's name, so let me give him some facts.
Oh,
Last time Lonzo played,
before you throw Mondo underneath the bus, Mondo, man,
Bruh.
want to defend yourself. You are welcome on above the rim for whatever.
oh,
J-Bo's about to do.
anytime I see you a league right now, bro, and it'll be a wrap. Like, what do you mean? Last time I checked, Lonzo played the Pistons, gave us 7, 9, and 11 and an L. And people say he's not good. I don't understand. Last time I checked, 28 and 8 in March, bro. Nobody can throw the passes Lonzo throws in the entire NBA. Who else is throwing those passes? The man should play quarterback, and I told you he should. He should consider a career change because he can throw the ball so well. So, man, I don't know why people hating, man. 12, 7, and 7, 38% from 3. That's something that you can't deny, man. And nobody else can pass the ball like him or is as good as in transition. He's one of the top 10 fastest players in the NBA. Elite defender, elite rebounder. What we talking about? Come on, man. What we talking about? Let's be real.
J-Mo.
I got the facts.
See, Mondo listen to Ticket too much. That's his problem.
No, he listening to Ticket TV, bro. Like that's why I told him stop listening to Ticket TV because he's a hater and he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like I'm just giving you facts. What he had, 3 triple doubles this year already? That man got a 27-point triple double, and you trying to call him a scrub? How many of your favorite players got a 27-point triple double? It's only Luka, Ben Simmons, James Harden, LeBron James,
Westbrook,
maybe Giannis. Westbrook. That's it, bro. Ain't nobody else doing that. You're gonna be hard pressed to find some players that's doing that. And I don't want to hear that, man. Is your favorite player hitting 7 threes in the game back to back? How many of your favorite young players hit 7 threes in the game back to back? Luka ain't never done it. Trae Young ain't never done it. Put some respect on his name, bro. The boy is a baller. And it's facts. And last time I checked, when he played the Pistons, gave us 17, 9, and 11. And I will send you a link right now, and you can come on here and we can talk about it. Because, like, you got to stop listening to the haters and start looking at the facts. All right. Who did answer this question? I don't think you answered it, Drew.
No, what I don't even know what the hell the question is right now.
Hey, man, I had to get that free smoke out, bro. No, I had to get that free smoke out. Like I said, he can come on here and we can talk about it. We can have some fun with it. Like, come on, man. And he said he wouldn't give up Christian Wood to get Lonzo and LaMelo. I love Christian Wood, but y'all, come on. He ain't worth Lonzo and LaMelo. He ain't even worth LaMelo, bro. Like, so, and that's just the way I feel like that, man. He says, what, man? I don't buy their shoes, bro. Come on. I have 13 pairs of BB shoes, man. No, man. I just know good players. I know good players when I see one. It's so funny because the same way they be trying to trash Lonzo, what would y'all be saying about Jason Kidd? Jason Kidd averaged 12, 6, and 8 for his career and was a superstar.
But here's the thing about that one, though, is, when Jason Kidd came out.
No, let me finish. Jason Kidd had a lot of bad coaching his first 2 teams. Jason Kidd had to get traded 3 times to finally get in the right situation. Jason Kidd couldn't shoot the ball. And the man averaged 12, 6, and 8. And I know Lonzo's career numbers is going to be better than that. And just like I said, put some respect on his name because we got to act like because players don't score 20 points a game, they can't be impactful. Come on, man. Stop listening to Tech TV and the haters, bro.
Here's my thing about that one, though, JMO. Is when Jason Kidd came out, he won co-rookie of the year with our Grant Hill. When Jason Kidd came out, his dad.
No, he averaged, though, when he won rookie of the year.
I don't know the top.
He averaged 11 points and 10 assists and like 4 rebounds.
That's still good for a rookie, though.
No, it's good, but I'm just saying it wasn't like he was scoring 20 points a game.
The reason everyone values Jason Kidd so high is because his dad didn't come out and say, "Man, he's better than I don't even know who would be the best point guard in the league at that time." Probably Gary
but
Trent.
you can't use that.
You can't blame that on
the player, man. You gotta judge players.
No, here's my thing though: is a lot of guys didn't do their own research. They watched First Take and they watched Undisputed, where LeVar came on the shows and talked him up like that. And when he came out there, like when your own father's comparing you to Magic or being better than Steph Curry, my fault. You can't come out here and put up numbers like that and then be valued on that. I'm not saying that his numbers were bad at all, but when you're getting hyped up like that and talked about like that regard every single day, people are going to look at you as a bust, which Zoe is not a bust. Zoe is not a bust. Don't get it twisted.
Wow, I don't know what this is about.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh wow.
Yo, what?
Dang,
Yo, Ben,
Hey,
bro.
why you gotta do J Kid like that? Why you gotta pull his card like that, bro? Leave him
Come on,
alone.
man.
yeah, I know that. Though.
Hashtag Free Smoke Saturday, people.
Yeah, man.
You know, so the point is, you know, Lonzo is like value is the best right now for us to trade for. I don't think we would be able to trade for him if he's like a really at his best. Now it's the best chance for us to trade for him.
Hold on. He says bumped up Lonzo role player. If De'Aaron Fox was playing like Lonzo playing right now, people would have called cancel Fox. Well, if he was playing like that and still not being able to shoot and still not being able to play defense, then yeah. But Lonzo's giving you elite defense and he's shooting 38% from three. So that's what's different, man.
I mean, and De'Aaron Fox and Lonzo Ball are two different players. They have two different play
Exactly.
styles.
No,
Man,
I want you to come over here and talk about it and not tell me something that Ticket TV told you. Because I can give you all the stats and that's undeniable. Like, I mean, the man had a triple-double in the same game with LeBron. I'm just saying, how many of your favorite young players do what Lonzo's do? Can they pass the ball like him? They can't.
You know, if
Can they play defense like him? They
if
can't.
Lonzo's dad was on LeVar, people wouldn't hate. People just hate
Exactly.
LeVar.
Bro, like, what are we saying? Like, if that's what Drew brought up, like, if LeVar didn't overhype, Lonzo was literally called the next Jason Kidd since high school. He went to UCLA and was that, and that's what I see him as right now.
Comparison, though. It's a fair
No, he
comparison.
is. He's this new version. I think he'll be able to score more, and he's a better shooter starting off. But and he's just as good as a defender and everything. So, and that's how I grade him as the new age J Kidd. And when people say that, I'm like, what would y'all say about J Kidd? The man averaged 12, 6, and 8, and he was a superstar. Now, of course, he had some up years, some down years. Like 1 year he's averaging 17. I think year 3, he averaged like 19 when he was like 29. But when he took the Nets to the championship, that was like his 4th team. Like all these other teams that he was on, they wasn't using him right and using him to his best abilities. And when the team finally did that, they maximized what they could do with that team because you know the rest of the roster they had some nice scores, back on those teams with J Kidd, but they need a little bit more, to win the championship. I think they played the Lakers. Yeah, that's not gonna work out, man. All right, let's move on to the next topic. So we got the playoffs starting, man. And my question to all of you guys is, what are your expectations for the playoffs? In the bubble, I mean, the NBA is back. Like every time I watch a game, I just be like, I'm so glad that the NBA is back. So we're gonna start with you, Bravo. What are your expectations for the playoffs now that they have started?
I think it's going to be really like very good. The restart NBA games were been really remarkably good. I haven't really watched like a restart NBA games like this. Like this is amazing level of basketball play. I think the playoff is going to be even better. And it's just a sad thing they don't have a lot of break time off between the restart and the playoff. But I think it's going to be really still very good, and a lot of teams are going to end up with the competitive games. I think that's how I expect. I expect really intense level of basketball. I'm not going to say prediction right now because that's not the topic, but I think it's going to be really important and something to watch. People are not been watching some of them because they're busy and they don't think the NBA restart is good, but it has been really so good. I'm really impressed with it. And even with the lack of fans, I know it hurts, but having those sound effects, the virtual fans, and I think the commentator and the players, I think it just makes it as a good, enjoyable environment to watch.
Yeah. Mondo said the Pelicans would be in the playoffs if Lonzo played better. Yes, they would. That shows his value. If he don't play well, they can't win. And you got B.I., Zion Williamson, and Drew Holiday on the team. I mean, that shows his value. If he doesn't play well, they can't win at all. They got waxed.
Can't
And
play
when he
well
did play
when Gentry's ripping you
well,
out there
they
every 2
won.
seconds.
You said what?
So you can't play well when Gentry's ripping you out every 5 minutes.
Exactly, bro. When Gentry is doing that. So,
He
like,
put
let's be.
Frank Jackson in the game, bro. Frank Jackson.
Whoa. Frank Jackson is oh my gosh. Like I said, I'd rather kill out there before Frank Jackson, bro. Like, oh my gosh. But like that's just the fact. Yeah, if Zoe played better, they would have went 8-0 and they would have made the playoffs. That's how valuable he is to that team. And Zion low-key needed to play better too. Like that was fat Zion. Like dude don't look the same, but that's another combo, man.
Zion wasn't playing well at all.
He said, "I respect all those names except for Lonzo. Just let me know. So you think J Kidd is trash too? Then that's what I want to hear. Cause y'all ain't giving out no basketball arguments. Tell me why Lonzo isn't good, and we can talk about it. Like I said, I can send you the stream right now, but you know you don't want to come on here, man, because you don't got no good argument, bro. It's facts. But no, man, I know Mondo, dog. That's my man. But he been hating on Lonzo for years, and Lonzo just had the best season of his career. And he's trying to come talk crazy. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, come on. CA3, are you excited about the playoffs, man? What's your expectations?
I'm very excited. There's a lot of exciting playoff series. I mean, especially in the Western Conference. I mean, the East is kind of first round matches is kind of going to be a little boring. I mean, the Heat Pacers could be a decent matchup, but besides that, I mean, it's really there's going to be a very very lopsided series. The West, they have a lot of good series. The Lakers and Blazers are going to be a great 1-8 matchup. You got the Rockets versus OKC, which is a very great matchup. A lot of ties in both teams, so that's going to be very entertaining. Then you also got the Clippers versus the Mavericks versus Drew's Mavericks. That's going to be an interesting series. To see what Luka and Porzingis can do. In their first playoff series. So. It's going to be a very entertaining playoffs. Based off of the games that's happened in the seeding games. I expect. I mean, those were entertained themselves. So I expect to even jump in entertainment. In the playoffs. So I have very high expectations for the playoffs.
Okay, Drew. Playoffs and starter, man. What are your expectations?
Well, fellas, unfortunately, this is going to be my last one because I have to go help clean up my brother's open house that just wrapped up over there. But I had to come out and make an appearance for Above the Rim. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one and see what you guys think about this. For one, I think these are going to be like the most entertaining playoffs we have seen in a long time just because of what we've seen from the bubble. Like, I mean, look at the Suns. For one, before I go, I got to mention this. The Suns went 8-0 in the bubble and didn't make the playoffs. Like, that is so jacked up right now. And that's because the Trailblazers only played a couple more games than them in the regular season. So that's messed up for one. But this just goes to show me that we don't really know what to expect out of the playoffs right now. For one, the Lakers don't look like the Lakers like they did in the regular season. The Bucks don't look as good as they do. So right now, I don't think we have a strong favorite. Like even the Clippers didn't look as good as they did in the regular season right now because they've had just such a long layoff from the end of the season during that whole break we had during COVID that we don't know really what to expect. And teams like Houston, like I haven't been high on. Teams like Dallas, teams like Boston right now, they might have the advantage where they have better chemistry right now than the teams that needed to play to fix some of these kinks out right now. Because look at the Lakers, they got J.R. Smith, they got Deion Waiters that they added to the team who haven't been there for a whole lot, that need more time to work with the rest of the guys. Milwaukee, Giannis needs to keep his head up, that headbutt against Mo. Like, you can't do that in the playoffs because you're, like, so valuable.
No, man, that's Giannis. Like, bro, y'all gonna stop acting like I'm not the best player, bro. Y'all better put some respect on my name. Stop trying me, dog. I'm the man. Look, let them know. Stop trying me, boy.
He was like these Michigan dudes.
Hey, sorry, Mo had to take the brunt of that. That's my boy, but stop trying Giannis, bro. You like, I'm gonna make an example out of you.
I ain't gonna talk about Michigan boys like that. Carrots have already been balling, man. I'll give
it
Brooklyn's dangerous too because you're gonna have Jamal coming back from injury. LeVert's been balling, so you don't know really what to expect of them. I think they have to play the second seed. So who's that? Toronto.
They play the Raptors.
They have to play Toronto. OKC is a very dangerous team. They have to play Houston. Westbrook's going to be out for a couple of games, maybe the whole entire first round, depending on how many games that go. So right now, there's a lot of just like I don't really know what to expect, but this should be an entertaining playoff series from top to bottom, all the way until the NBA Finals, because we just don't really know what to expect. And I think OKC's got a good shot of knocking Houston off, not because I'm hating on Houston, but they played together as a team. I think that the East is wide open because Giannis and the Bucks just have not played like as the best team in the league right now. Even the Lakers, they haven't played like the best team out west during the bubble. So I think right now, playoffs are wide open. Every team should come out here with the mindset of, yeah, we might be the 8th seed, we might be the 7th seed, 6th seed, 5th seed, 4th seed, 3rd seed, 2nd seed, but we have to come out here with the mentality of like it's our year. And I think with that being said, sky's the limit for them. Like Damian Lillard's been balling right now. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Lakers, but I'm not saying that. But they're gonna take a game or two away from them. And I think it's really what we're looking for right now.
I see they might take game 1. That's all I give them.
See, that's
y'all gonna put some respect, man. Y'all gonna put some respect on Lakers' name after this. Blazers might get swept, bro. Yeah,
they don't guard anybody.
They very well could.
They don't guard anybody, bro. They're not gonna be able to maintain that. They don't guard anybody, bro. They don't at all.
Well, I'm gonna leave with this, peeps, because I have to go help clean up from Brothers Open House. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to JMO, man. Let's get him to 1,000 subs, man. JMO, I know you've been grinding for that, peeps. So make sure that happens, man.
Yep.
Make sure you guys subscribe to all the DSA members. Make sure you share this video wherever you want to share it. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Double D said so. Peace out, fellas.
All right, man. Okay. See, we got the Lonzo haters coming out to play. And I told y'all it's Free Smoke Saturday, so y'all know how I do. We going to put the comment up. LeBron didn't start throwing those full court passes until he started playing with Lonzo. Check it. Check the tape. Nobody throws those passes as accurate as Lonzo. So, him throwing a full court pass to Caruso is one thing. When he started playing with Lonzo, that's when he started throwing them full court passes. He threw something to D-Wade, but it was never like what Lonzo does to Zion. Y'all should go watch it some more, man. And Alvin Gentry believed in that man, and that man got that man fired. Alvin Gentry didn't believe in Lonzo, and Lonzo didn't get him fired. Alvin Gentry is a sub-500 coach. Like, he doesn't have a winning record as a head coach. He was 5 years in New Orleans, made the playoffs one time, and had the losing record every other season. Alvin Gentry, see, this is what we talking about. We blaming Lonzo for everything. Why the hell are you blaming him for what Alvin Gentry has been garbage? Did you see the rotation?
Gentry fired.
Bro, like that's what I'm saying. How you get Alvin Gentry fired? That doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about? Come on, man.
Alvin Gentry got himself fired.
Like Mondo, you just gotta let me know. How can you just ignore elite passing, elite defense, and elite rebounding? And he shoot 38% from 3-point range. And you're trying to tell me basketball and you're being honest about it, but how are you ignoring that? I'm just asking. But what I think about the playoff, I'm excited that, oh my gosh, these games are going to be some of the most competitive games that we have ever seen. And I'm telling you right now, the Toronto Raptors about to go on what I'm about to call a whack streak. They make I don't care who they playing, bro. They going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You can quote me when it's over. They gonna wax all them teams, and they gonna look very dominant. In Milwaukee, you better be ready. Because I think Milwaukee is going to have a tougher time going through the playoffs. But I think, like I said, Toronto about to go on a whack streak. They just look different. And they look like even though Kawhi Leonard, one of the best defenders in the league, is gone, they still look as good as a defensive team. Like, they be locking team down defensively. As a team, it's like team. It reminds me of the Pistons because it's team. It's every single person playing the right kind of defense and at once in unison. So the Raptors are going to be a problem. I'm not worried. I think Milwaukee, they'll have a tough road, but I still think they'll go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I am excited because of these games. I do want to see Luka play. I hope they upset the Clippers just because I don't like George Paul. I hope they upset the Clippers. That would be hilarious, but I don't think that's going to happen. The Clippers are just too deep for the Mavericks. But and you never know, man. If Luka plays and they make shots, it could be a 6-game series. But I still don't. I just don't think they got enough to beat them. But OKC and Houston, I know a lot of people think OKC gonna win that. I'm gonna ride with Houston, man. Even without Russ, James Harden gonna wax them. First
I
round
don't
James
know
Harden
about
is
that.
pretty good. You know,
I
it's
don't know
after the
about
first
that.
round where James Harden ain't pretty good. But first round James Harden's gonna wax them. I'm not worried about that.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know
be a
about
good
all that.
series.
I don't know about all
No,
that.
OKC is not beating Houston, bro.
What if they
I
do?
mean, if
They're
Russ
not going to.
if Russ only misses about 2 games, I think Houston wins. But if Russ misses more than 2 games, it's gonna be tough for him to win.
James Harden went to the Western Conference Finals without Russ, bro, and CP3. So I think they'll be fine.
You said without Russ and CP3?
Yes. James Harden been to the Western Conference Finals twice. He went on his own with a bum squad. Like I said, first round James Harden, it balls. It's after that he gets tired usually, and he ain't the same guy, or he just ain't the same guy, whatever we want to call it. But if you go look at all his first rounds the last 3 years, it's been great. But I think Russ is coming back.
Yeah, I think he'll be back in about 2 games.
But I think Harden gonna be a problem for them, man. They're gonna
Harden
have to make some decisions because you can't let Steven Adams and Chris Paul will kill you all day. So they're gonna have to make some decisions. I think it's gonna be a good series. What Utah's playing Denver, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm going for the upset as much as I like MPJ and Bobo. I don't know why everybody's sleeping on Utah. I am kind of too, but Denver is weird, you know. I think that's gonna be an interesting series though. And in the East, though, I don't really care that much about the first round matchups, but the Pacers, don't they play the Heat?
Yeah, T.J. Warren versus Jimmy Butler.
Oh my goodness, bro! Oh, I'm living for it. Guess what? Last time Jimmy played him, T.J. Warren didn't do nothing, and they beat him.
MJ Warren's gone.
Yeah, bro. TJ Warren, like last time TJ Warren played, they just played them and he didn't do nothing. He went ghost. So TJ Warren, we're gonna have to find you because we searching for you, brother. It's like, no, I ain't gonna do it like that.
I mean, he is playing through a foot injury, so I'm gonna give him.
Oh, so he was injured?
Yeah, he's playing with plantar fasciitis the whole entire bowl time. He's been playing through a foot injury.
But you can't give him credit when he's balling on it, and then when he ain't balling on it, say he hurt.
I mean, we'll see what happens in the playoffs. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Robert, did you answer that question? Oh, you did. Are we gonna move on to the next topic? How much time does Dwayne Casey need to become a contender with the Pistons? Now, you already know I'm fed up with Casey already, but I might be a little bit nicer if he gets LaMelo. I might be like, give him a chance. You get Lonzo LaMelo, then I might be a little bit nicer. But that's my question to you guys. How much time do you think he needs for us to become a contender? And let's be realistic about it. We're gonna start with you, CA3.
Personally, I don't know. I don't know how much time you can give him because I don't really think this team will even become a contender in the future, unfortunately. Unless somehow they get LaMelo Ball and we get lucky and the Detroit luck doesn't hit us somehow and we get LaMelo Ball. Maybe I'll give him some time, but I really don't. The thing is, this team, they're not horrible, but I just don't really see much future with them. Like I see them at as a 6 seed at max at this moment of time. So, I just don't really know. I don't really know how I could give them a time frame where I don't really see much future with this team at this point as becoming a contender. I don't really see much with this team. That's the only thing.
So you don't think he can make us a contender?
No, I don't.
Damn, Dwayne Casey, you heard that, bro? He don't got no faith in you. Pistons talk, man. How much time do you think Dwayne Casey needs to become a contender with the Pistons?
Much as he wants. Scores ain't gonna pay attention to it. Honestly, I would say give him 2 years, 2-3 years until the Pistons are competing in the playoffs at a high level, and we can actually get over this playoff drought because we haven't had a playoff win in 12 years.
That's not ridiculous. Yeah.
Honestly, I think Troy Weaver's going to build a team. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be better than last year. But I don't really expect anything for next season. But I think going forward, we are going to be a fun team to watch. But that's just my opinion on it.
Okay, just for Mondo, because he don't know why I'm comparing Lonzo to Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd won Rookie of the Year, average 11, 7, and 5. So average 10, 7, and 7 his rookie year. He didn't win Rookie of the Year, of course, because I think that's Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell. You know the Ben Simmons, I'm a rookie, but I'm not show that he stole from freaking Donovan Mitchell, which is crazy. So 11, 7, and 5, J.K. rookie year. I'm just giving you facts. Bravo, how much time do you think it's going to take Dwayne Casey to become a contender? How much time does he need?
Yeah, I kind of agree with CA3 in here on this point. The team is not really good enough to compete. We cannot be a contender in 2 to 3 years. I'm sorry about that. Unless we're getting like LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards this year, and we're getting maybe
Well,
Kate.
I didn't say we could be a contender. I said how much time does you think he needs?
You said a contender. That's your question, right?
No, to be a contender. Yeah, I mean, if you think he needs 5 years, that's how much. That's how long you
Man,
need.
I think I agree with CA3. You need to hit really lucky on the drafts and draft top pick this year and probably a top pick next year too, in order to be really like lucky and have a chance in competing. You can't just compete with average players. It's not going to happen. I mean, our players look nice. Seiko has potential, but that's pretty much about it at this point. We're not going to really be a contender with this team unless something drastic happens, unless really Seiko really proves he is an MVP caliber player. Nothing's happening so far. I mean, I like him. I love the potentials, but it's all talk so far. We still have thoughts about him. I think there's a great chance we're going to make it, but if we're not getting lucky in this year, NBA lottery pick, I mean, if we're not getting lucky next year, hey, why would we even be a contender? I mean, the NBA needs, this is what I'm saying. I think the NBA, Adam Silver, need to be really kind with us this year. They need to give us a good pick, or at least a chance to select a good pick. And also next year, too. Next year, I'd rather to get like Jalen Green or Kate Cunningham. We need one of those two players to really be a really competitive team next year.
I don't think we have to. Honestly, I think you could look at the 2021 free agency and you can get a franchise player in that free agency. Yes, you build through the draft, but you can get a very good player that you can build around. And you can only have one more year of Blake Griffin, and you basically have no one really left on the whole team. It could be done. They just have to make the right moves.
Yeah, but we're not talking about. So I agree with CA3 on point. CA3 is talking about the current situation. We're not going to compete. If we don't count if you don't count the draft, we're not going to compete. CA3 brought a good point in here. We got to respect that. There's no way this team is going to be a competitive team without getting a top free agent or a top lottery pick. It's not going to happen. So I hope that we give him a good time, maybe 3 years. I think it's a good time. 2 years for me, I think will give me a great deal of look at Casey. If you really get top pick this year and top pick next year, that would be a great look at him. But if we don't really get a top pick, I mean, if we get 7 or 8 this year and we're getting 7 or 8 next year, hey, that's it. It's over. We're not going to be really competitive. So I doubt it. But it's always a possibility. Hopefully that we keep the positive picture going. We like to stay positive because nobody likes to stay negative on this. It's all Detroit.
I mean, let's be realistic. My thing, I asked this question because every time I, rip Dwayne Casey a new one, basically, for lack of a better term. First of all, let's pause this. Imani Bates could reclassify in 2021. Can someone fact check that, please? Please do that. If he reclassifies in 21, forget everything I've said about any other player ever. Get him no matter what. When I said move heaven and earth, no, I'm literally moving heaven and earth to get Imani Bates. Y'all have already heard me. He had like the D Roses of the world. He has to play for this city, no matter what we have to do. So we're gonna see about that. But now I pose this question because every time I go in on Dwayne Casey and be kind of hard on him and not being satisfied with what he's doing as a coach, I always hear, he's only been here for a certain amount of time. He needs all this time to build a team. He built the Raptors in 5 years and all of this. So I'm coming here to ask, so how much time does he need then? Because how long we're going to wait and accept mediocrity? Now, Blake was hurt last year, so I'm not going to be hard on him about that. You got put in a situation where that your best player is injury prone and that injury prone player got hurt. But before that, I had a lot of problems with what he was doing, and I still had some rotational issues. I didn't like how he treated Sekou. I'm giving Dwayne Casey 1 year. Yes, you got to make the playoffs this year. If Blake plays 60-plus games, make the playoffs, or I'm moving on, man. I don't want this guy here, bro. Like, I don't want him here.
Who you replacing him with then?
Anybody but him. As long as it ain't Alvin Gentry, just replace him with an upgrade. I'll go for any hot, because I'm pretty sure next year there'll be some hot coaching prospects. I'll take the hottest coaching prospect and build anew. Because I don't think he has the right plan for this team.
It's a coaching problem. It's a talent problem.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I've seen we talked about Gentry in his rotations. I've seen Dwayne Casey lose his games.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the talent, man. I mean, he's still a good coach. If
a better coach had this team, we would be better.
I mean, you could put freaking Kenny Atkinson on this team, and we still would have won 25 games. Like, it's the talent, it's the injury, it's not the coach.
Well, no, that's this year. I said I gave him a pass for this year, but not before that.
I'm giving him. I'll give him 3-4 years. I'm patient. I don't want to go through this.
You can be patient. I'm not.
So Jimmo, let's say we fire Dwayne Casey. Which one of the best coaches besides Kenny Atkinson you want right now? Let's say Kenny Atkinson.
I say whoever is the hottest coach on the market, because I feel like the coaching, not even the coaching tree. No, because the coaching. No, you got to think the coaching tree this year is not going to be the same. Every year there's a new coaching tree of guys that are the top guys. So I can't be like, well, I want Kenny Atkinson, I want J Kidd, I want Ty Lue, I want Mark Jackson. What if they all are signed? So I have to go off what happens after that season. But if Blake is healthy, there's no reason why we're not a playoff team. It's not a talent issue. Like, Blake was hurt. That's why we didn't win games. We know that. Like, if he was healthy, we should have been winning games. Like I said, I had issues with him before that. And I asked people how much time does he need, but I'm giving him 1 to 2 years. But like I said, I might be kinder on him if we get LaMelo, because I would like to see him develop LaMelo. Because I think LaMelo has a lot of problems in his game that isn't really on the court. It's about being a ball hog, and it's just a lot of things that he playing defense. It's a lot of things that he doesn't do because he's young and he's a star. And I think Dwayne Casey is the type of coach to root that stuff out of him and build him into a great winning player. So I think that matters. But
just reading through the comments, somebody said we need to to bring Phil Jackson in here, and the Benjamin Foe said Detroit was gonna put Phil Jackson in Henry Ford Hospital. That's a funny one. Did you guys read that?
Yeah. Mondo, man, we gonna be here when Lonzo isn't traded, man. Like, that's the reason he's not going nowhere. You just said they fired. He got Alvin Gentry fired. So if he got Alvin Gentry fired, why would he be going somewhere, Mondo? Contradicting yourself. But he says Denver has no top 5 picks and went to the Western Conference Finals. You just got to know how to draft and scout and make good trades. He's right about that.
Yeah, but Denver know how to draft. I mean, we haven't got lucky in the draft for a while. We never got a good luck draft. This is the last year we got Sekou. I don't think we have been lucky except Sekou, and maybe Luke Kennard turned out. We missed on Donovan Mitchell too. It still sucked with Luke Kennard.
And Donovan Mitchell claimed that he thought he was going to go to the Pistons. So
yeah.
Anyway, Payne.
I don't think he can compare us to Denver. He can't.
Well, Denver is the smartest team in the NBA. Every player I wanted, they got. So, MPJ, I wanted MPJ and Bobo so bad. We already know we traded that pick for Blake. But Bobo, I'm like, y'all, please, just do me a favor. And they couldn't do me a favor. And I do agree with Devin 99. Good coaches don't tell players to sit in the corner and shoot threes when that's not the player's game. Yeah, I think it is what it is, man.
No, that's an ego thing, though. That's Sekou needs to grow up. If you watch that interview, he was saying it's all about me. I didn't get to play my game. He's not buying into the system. Once he buys in, he can do more than stand in the corner. But that's why Casey didn't play him. He's trying to get through to him that it's more than just about you. It's a team game at the end of the day.
No, I'm sorry. I completely disagree. Everything is about Sekou.
No, it's not.
It is.
To me, it's not.
It is. He's the guy. He's the guy. it is a team game, but if Blake isn't there, we should be trying to run everything through Sekou. There was no Blake and there was no Luke Kennard. Everything should have been running through Sekou through some type of action. He shouldn't be sitting in the corner. Now, if he was playing behind other people, maybe. There's no Blake. There's no Luke. Like, there's just like D Rose when he didn't get hurt towards the end of the year. Like, Blake is the franchise. He should have been playing his game. The Grand Rapids Drive coach allows him to play his game, and they play as a team, and they win. So he plays as a team while playing his game, and Dwayne Casey didn't allow him to do that after a certain point. And that's just the fact of the matter about that.
I don't think any coach would, honestly. I mean, you have to earn your stripes. He hasn't earned them yet. He's only been in the league.
But see, I'm not buying that because I see young players just get opportunity. And coaches put them out there.
It's a space
all the time.
I mean,
like all the time. Like Nikhil Alexander Walker probably played as much as Sekou, bro, and he's behind like 3 people. Like and he's a rookie. I see it all the time. Rookies get all of this tick, and Sekou doesn't. So I'm not buying that.
So one thing about it, I'm going to comment about this point. Sekou really made a nice impact for the Pistons. Like, it wasn't really a great impact. He was a good impact without even touching the basketball. He made cuts. He made plays. He made the smart moves as a basketball player without even touching the basketball. And that's a huge difference for some players. If you see a guy who makes a impact, like a little bit of impact, let's call it, without even touching the basketball, that's huge. Imagine what happens if you really give him a role and touching the basketball more. That will make more, I think, impact, I suspect.
Yeah, but that went away. I don't know what happened. I don't know if a coach got in his head, but I think, was this first game against LeBron and the Lakers or Kawhi and the Clippers?
Yeah.
I mean, that was his first game. I think that was one of his first games. I think his first game was against some scrub team.
Dude, something happened. I just don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Scouting reports, man.
I don't even think it's a scouting report. He just seemed like.
Nah, Bravo's right about that. No, Bravo, because when Sekou ended Tristan Thompson's career, people was like, oh, hell no. Like, after that, they was guarding Sekou in the lane. They wouldn't let him get to the lane. And then he was on the wing, and there was no plays to around it. We would just play through Christian Wood or let Bruce Brown do something or speed. And they started guarding him a little bit differently. He couldn't adjust to it. And then after that, the coach just put him on the bench, and you start playing him sporadically. I said this before, even when he wasn't playing well. If you ain't playing well, instead of jerking you, I'll just play you 5 minutes a night. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to play him 25 minutes one game because we feel like we got a good matchup against some player, and then 8 minutes another. I'd rather it just set a benchmark. You getting 10 minutes a night right now, Sekou. That's what you get. If instead of jerking him back and forth, like, to me, that doesn't work. And once you started doing that and the confidence left, because you saw his confidence lead, this man was missing layups that he was making earlier in the season with ease. And you could just see he didn't really want to play like that. And he went down to the G League, and going down to the G League didn't help him at all. He went out to the G League, scored 37, hit the game winner, went right back up, and was still the same to me. And that's when I started to blame the coaching a little bit. And maybe he does need a point guard out there. That's why he needs Lonzo. That's why he needs LaMelo, because they are not going to leave him out like that. They'll find him shots. And this is without Blake Griffin on the court. If Blake Griffin's on the court with another ball handler like LaMelo or Lonzo, things might be different for Sekou. But without Blake Griffin on the court, that's why you needed that playmaker. And we already know that D Rose wasn't that guy. I just feel like he should have let him play through all of the struggles. And like, what's his name? Keldon Johnson, a person me and Bravo were pretty high on. We saw him playing for the Spurs in the bubble, like playing in crunch time as a rookie, like playing. And you know how many people are ahead of Keldon Johnson? It's a lot. I was surprised he was even out there.
He shouldn't have fell that. I actually wanted to hit. I've wanted a couple small forwards. He was actually on my big board for small forwards. And I was.
I thought he's a point. I thought he's a point guard.
I think it was a small forward shooting guard.
He's a point guard.
He's more of a shooting guard.
Point guard, shooting guard. But no, I mean, he can defend though, so he can defend different positions. But no, yeah, Keldon Johnson, like I said, you got Derek White, you got DeJounte Murray, you got DeRozan, you got guards. Like, he shouldn't be getting as many minutes, and he is. And it's not like he's getting minutes because he deserves this over somebody else because you could easily throw any of the other guards out there and they would be fine. Like my point is he doesn't have to play right now. Shouldn't even be playing low key, and Pop is still giving him minutes, and that's my point.
Yeah, he's also competing with Lonnie
here too. You said what?
I said he's also competing with Lonnie Walker, another first round pick they got.
Exactly. Who I like nice athletic young guy. And that's my thing. My thing was you gotta let him fail. And if he's in his little slump, just play him 10 minutes a night and just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no point in just like jerking him back and forth like that. It just to me that just doesn't make sense. Like set him at a benchmark so something he can get used to and something that he can build towards. That's what that's what I said about Luke Kennard because we were bringing him off the bench, and even though I didn't like his minutes, they kept him at a steady point before they moved him up to where he should be, and now he's used to a certain amount of time and he has to adjust. But like I said, some of the blame does go for Sekou, but to me, you gotta let him fail. He a first round pick. We're trying to lose. He should be out there the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't even trying to win games. Let's see. Anybody got any more comments on Dwayne Casey and how much time he should have? So you said 3 to 4 years. Pistons post. Carl said he don't think he got a chance. Bravo basically said the same thing. Or am I wrong?
Yep.
You know, he's a nice leader for the community. You don't really like want to fire him like this. I really respect Dwayne Casey during this time, and I think. I mean, we're a bad team, and we having a coach like that makes us look legit as a team. You know, I feel like that already sometimes.
Do you agree with Buffalo? Do you think the player development with the Pistons is terrible?
No, he's a casual.
So what?
He's a casual. He doesn't pay attention to Bruce Brown. Honestly, it's not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible.
I don't like that response. Well, it's not terrible, but it's just above bad.
It's like above average. It's not good, but it's not bad. I mean, Bruce's development. Luke Kennard has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I just don't like a lot of Pistons fans. Like they're just so used to the go in the work crew, and what we have on the floor right now is complete trash compared to that, and that's what they use it as a measuring stick. But you have to lower your expectations, in my opinion.
See, I don't like that, man. My expectations are high for the Pistons, man. So that's why I'm so hard on them because I feel like once we got free Stan Van Gundy, it's time to get things moving. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we got Blake Griffin on the team, we trade him. I'll have a completely different. But as long as he's on the team, we have to think forward. I'll put it like that. As long as he's on the team, we got to think forward. You stop thinking forward once you move on. Okay, now we're in a different place. I mean, say whatever you want. A player that good on your squad, you got to be trying to do something in some terms of winning. Now, take him off your squad, and now you can transition to somewhere else. And like I said, I'll be a lot easier on the team. But, I'm trying to see results because I think our players are good. But I do like Bruce Brown development. That's the one player I give Casey credit for developing. I think he just got more opportunity. I don't think it was really anything deeper than that. But all right, guys, make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already, and drop your questions in the chat. Mondo, man, I definitely think once Zoe is playing with New Orleans next year, he definitely is going to average 10 assists in his career at least 3 times. So if that's what you want from him, you got high standards with that. I'm cool with that. But he ain't gonna average 10 assists when you got Drew Holiday averaging 6, and the year before Rondo averaging 5, and LeBron averaging 7. So it's not gonna happen like that. He says Luke and Bruce Brown are some special players. I don't know if he's being sarcastic because this is buffed up. This is buffed up. I know you, man. This all right, man. Let's see. We'll move on to the next questions.
I don't blame him for being casual. I don't blame him.
It's all good. So we talked about the playoffs a bit, but I did want to know who do you think are potential upsets for the East and the West? We're gonna start with you, CA3.
Oh man. When I look at the West, I mean, when I look at the West and the East, I mean, I don't really see too many upsets happening. I mean, I think there's gonna be teams that give, that could give the favorite problems. Like, I think possibly, if Kristaps and Luka were to show up and play well, I think they could give the Clippers problems. And and I think the Blazers will they may take a game or two off the Lakers, but I don't think. I mean, maybe something can happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Just simply because the Blazers, they don't guard anybody, and like, if you look at all these games, like where Dame is going off, dropping 40, 50, 60, these guys, they're barely winning these games. Like, you're not gonna be able to maintain that in the playoffs. Like that's why I don't understand people overhyping these Blazers wins, because you got Damian Lillard scoring 40, 50, 60, and you're winning these games by one or 3 points. Like, and then they barely won this game they won by 3 points. Like, you're not gonna be able to win all these close games, especially against a guy like LeBron James, who's known for showing up in the playoffs, and a guy like Anthony Davis, who also has pretty good playoff history. So you're not gonna be able to do that. That's why I don't think they're gonna be able to upset the Lakers. And then the East, I don't really see too much upsets there. I mean, possibly the Pacers, maybe, but I mean, I think the Pacers were healthy.
I mean, the Pacers are the 4th seed technically, so
I mean,
I think the upset.
I mean, no, I think the Pacers are the 5th seed, right?
No, they're the 4th seed.
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, but they're not favored though. Well, I'm saying, I'm saying maybe the Pacers were healthy. I think they would be able to beat the Heat, but they're not. They don't have Sabonis, so it's gonna be tough. But I don't really see too many upsets in the East, because I mean, a lot of teams in the East, they're like the Nets and stuff. They're not. I mean, the Nets, they would have been able to make some noise if they were healthy, but they're really depleted. And then Orlando, they're just Orlando. But I mean,
yeah, man, like
they're Philly's undermanned, so I don't really see any upsets on that side.
Okay, I do see some upsets. Somebody said an interesting upset. They talking about Boston being upset by Philly. Like, what? Joel and Ben Simmons are out.
I mean, Joel Embiid's playing, but he's a little nicked up.
Mondo, no, Westbrook is probably gonna miss the Bravo. Didn't you say that's at least a 10-day injury? So he'll probably miss the first couple games.
Yeah,
I remember you posted that about Westbrook. We got our resident doctor, Scott Bravo. He told us about Westbrook injury. He was gonna be out for 10 days. So I already, before the media even posted, I'm like, oh, he's gonna miss probably the first 2 or 3 games. Knowing that after that though, he's gonna be right back to playing. But my thing with I think Utah's gonna win and they're gonna upset Denver. I do think the Pacers are gonna beat the Heat. I think OKC is above Houston, so technically that's an upset. So, no, they're not. Houston is above them, so they're not gonna upset them. And also, I'm going with King Luka. They're trying to crown him king, bro. Luka gonna be crowned king.
Utah gonna beat Denver?
Hey,
how do you
gonna upset the Clippers? I just can't say it, bro.
Why do you think Utah's gonna be Denver though? I'm curious. I don't see that.
I just do.
Why? I mean, they don't got Bogdanovic.
So what? They still got the rest of their team.
I mean, their bench is weak. I mean, but who besides Jordan Clarkson? And then,
but I'm telling you, I still think they're gonna beat them. Utah has played better since then. I feel like those first few games they were they didn't have that much chemistry with the new team, but they've been playing better and competing a little bit more since. And I like Denver, but I just don't know, man.
Yeah,
I think Denver's just gonna beat them. They're way deeper
ever in the series because I don't try. So maybe I'm biased. So I didn't pick them last year. I don't think I picked them to beat the Spurs, bro. Like last year, they won 7 games, and I didn't pick them to beat the Blazers either. Or maybe I did. I can't remember. I might be wrong on that, but it is what it is. So any of you guys got any more upsets you can think of? TGM game said that Heat's going to beat the Bucks. No, they're not.
I don't think you're going to see any upsets in the East until it's the next round. I think that's probably going to be more entertaining because I'm looking at it. I mean, the Bucks are going to beat Orlando. Miami's going to beat the Pacers. Raptors are going to sweep the Nets. Celtics are going to beat the Sixers. I'll give Portland maybe 1 or 2 games against the Lakers. OKC, I have winning over your Rockets. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's what's going to happen.
Once the Rockets beat them, we'll be right back here. So,
The Clippers are beating.
And if the Rockets lose, we'll be right back here. So,
Clippers are gonna beat Luka. I just
They
don't.
definitely not beating them though. You
I
said
got Denver over Utah.
they might sweep Luka. Luka might get one.
I got Denver over Utah though. I'm with CA3. Man, I mean,
I
freaking.
don't really, they're not deep enough, bro. Their bench sucks. It
They have
sucks.
one of the worst benches in the bubble.
It's horrible. They got
It's
Jordan Clarkson and they ain't nobody else.
Denver is a deep team. Like I think a lot of
Hey man, we gonna
It's
see.
too deep for them. They got Monte Morris. They got.
I'm not sleeping on D Mitch.
On the bench.
I'm sleeping on him, man. You saw that video. We don't know what he's doing in that bubble.
Hey man, D Mitch is putting in work. Anyway possible, he putting in work, dog. D Mitch got a lot of work to put in, bro. He says Portland got a better chance of the Lakers than Mad beating the Clippers. No, they don't. I'm sorry, they don't.
No,
they don't. I think the Mavericks have a good chance of beating the Clippers because the Clippers don't have chemistry. Like, I know they've been playing together, but that team, you just can't make a team, you know? Like, it just doesn't work like that all the time. And I think the Clippers have a lot of chemistry problems right now. So they can be snuck up on, but I still don't think the Mavericks beat them. Lakers, on the other hand, y'all going to learn when the postseason starts.
Luka and KP been playing pretty well in the bubble. They both.
Luka had 16 rebounds, 18 rebounds. 16 assists. Like, I'm saying, if Luka's playing like he been playing, like, I'm telling you, because I think he's gonna average a triple double probably. If he's averaging like 30, 14, and 15, yeah, they'll win. Because I don't know if he'll average that though.
KP's been averaging 32. Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if and you got to realize the Mavericks are one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. So if they make their shot. Like, it's a make or miss league in a lot of different ways, but if the Mavericks are making their shots and Luka got the ball on the string like he usually does, they're going to be a problem for the Clippers. I still don't got to beat the Clippers, but I like the Blazers, but I'm going to tell you one thing that I know. You cannot beat a LeBron James team if you don't play defense. Like, you'll get swept. Like, I won't be surprised if they get swept. Like, I only think the Blazers can win game one by surprising them. That's it. You're not beating a LeBron team, you don't play defense. Not in the playoffs. There's no way. So every team he's ever lost to played some type of defense. And even the Golden State super team, super duper ultra team played defense. Like, even that team. So if you don't play defense, you don't got a chance, man. And B-Ball Grashy says, what if Kawhi defends Luka? So Luka's still gonna get his.
Clippers in 4 if that happens. Like,
Kawhi's not gonna.
I don't think Kawhi can stop Luka. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Kawhi's a good defender. He's not gonna shut down a guy like Luka, bro. You got put
Luka ball handling skills are too good.
Who's guarding Dame and CJ?
The way to shut down Luka is to keep him from scoring. Like, he can keep Luka from scoring, but I don't think he can shut him. Mike in the building. What's up? What? Who guarding Dame and CJ?
Who guarding AD?
KCP.
What wing defender? What wing defender do you know that's on the Portland Trailblazers? What wing defender do they have? I'll wait. Anyway,
everybody knows they ain't nobody guarding LeBron and AD.
Who you know what I'm saying?
Melo versus LeBron.
You said who?
Melo and LeBron in the first round.
Oh yeah, bro. Melo though. Melo's been balling out, and I defended Melo a lot. It's documented. So shout out to my boy. You know,
shout out to Melo though.
So we were just talking about the Pistons. So. And where you see them, so you guys don't believe the Pistons are going to be a competitive team, like without the Blake Griffin effect? Because you seem like you guys don't think we're going to be a contender anytime soon unless we get Melo and Lonzo, you know? Portland deeper than the Lakers.
They don't play any deep, though.
Oh, bro.
Portland
can't beat Memphis, bro.
Evan, they don't play a lick of defense. Didn't the Nets just beat them the other day?
They almost beat them.
They lost at the last second.
I mean, if you struggle against the Nets,
stopped. Like, they really couldn't guard Karis LeVert. If Karis
LeVert looking like Prime Jordan.
If Karis LeVert took him to the hole at the end of the game, they would have lost easily.
You could tell Karis was working out with KD and Kyrie, man.
I kind of felt that in game one, Lakers and Portland played Blazers. They might be winning game one. You'll be surprised, you know. Dame is.
I see them winning game one.
I think they're going to get a game or two. I think they are, but I just don't think they're going to beat them. I think they're going to give them.
No, I think game one may be the Blazers. You'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think that's probably the highest possibility of them winning a game, maybe game one.
Yeah, that's
They're
it.
not gonna win.
That's all they gonna get because after that it's gonna ramp up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like seriously.
If you get
All
to-
right, guys. Make sure it's Free Smoke Saturday, so make sure you guys drop your questions in the chat. All the questions that you have, whether it's about the Pistons, whether it's about anything basketball related, whether it's about why we should definitely get LaMelo and Lonzo on the same team. If you want to ask about that, go ahead. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. But no, I think Portland gets one game max, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell, like y'all heard it here first, man. Raptors about to show y'all something.
Mhm.
I'm telling y'all, they about to show y'all what it is. And man, Bucks in trouble, man. Y'all better be ready.
I think it's going
Like
to be
people
a
are
rematch.
talking about the Heat. People are talking about the Heat, and I like the Heat. And I think they'll get the Bucks some trouble, but they don't got enough. And they talking about Boston, they don't got enough.
They don't got a
But when
big.
you look over there, because to me, it's about the best player. They got Jimmy Butler. He's great, but he's not on Giannis' level. Boston has Tatum. He's great. He's not on Giannis' level. Now, Siakam isn't on Giannis' level, but he can guard Giannis, and there's other teams on the team that can guard him defensively. So, Siakam is like a poor man's Giannis, and he can guard him. So that team a problem, and that's a championship team, bro. Those there. Hey, man, we know they only won it because of KD was out, but they are champions, bro. And that's how they playing. They are not, but they're about to be. I'm telling you, they about to be a problem. They are champions. Put some respect on their name, because that's how they've been playing the entire season.
I think it's going to be a rematch. Bucks and Toronto, Eastern Conference Finals again.
Yeah. No, I definitely think so. Chris Boucher, man, I remember watching Chris Boucher in college, man. So obviously, this is why I know a lot of people don't watch college basketball, but this is why you guys should watch college basketball, because you see a lot of these players and you get to see, what they can be and know who they are. Like, I remember I used to watch, like I said, I watched Kyrie Thomas in college. Dylan Brooks, who played for Memphis, watched him in college a lot. Anybody who played for Villanova, I watched him in college, like Hart and DiVincenzo, obviously the Michigan and the bummy Michigan State players. But, I had to,
You want to say something?
go blue, whatever, bro. But so I see a lot of college players. So, all right, guys, let's drop your questions. Let's see what you got here. B-Ball Grasser says the Lopez brothers will fall off in the later rounds. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Brook Lopez has been playing well in the bubble, but we'll see if he can maintain it.
Brook Lopez has always been like that, though. People just like he was playing in Brooklyn, so and he was averaging 20, and they weren't good. But now that he's on the contender, he can be a guy. I never thought Brook Lopez could be a third option. But he can't, but your second option is the issue.
Yeah, Middleton.
He's just so inconsistent. I mean, he can be a good second option one night, but he can be a very, very inconsistent guy the other night. So that's a problem with him. He's inconsistent.
Yeah, Eunice who says, I think the Bucks or the Raptors win the East, definitely.
What about the West?
He says, J-Mo, would you trade Lonzo and Melo to get Imani Bates? Bro, I traded them yesterday. What you talking about?
Oh,
stop playing with me, bro. Imani Bates is the greatest thing you ever seen on a basketball court. I'm doing, like I said, I'm moving heaven and earth to get Imani Bates. Whatever heaven and earth is being moved, bro. I'm like Kratos in God of War. We out here tossing worlds. CA3, what is your thoughts on that? If we had LaMelo and Lonzo, would you give them up to get Imani Bates?
Yep, I mean you got to give everything you can for a talent like Imani Bates. He's
for real, bro. That's LaMelo and Lonzo though.
He's a generational talent, man. You got to do it.
What about you?
There's not many Imani Bates out there, man. You got to get that,
bro. What about you, Bravo?
It's like giving up a Lamborghini to get a Ferrari. I don't know it's gonna happen, dude. Let's get one of them. I'm not really looking too far. I'll be happy in getting either LaMelo Ball or Lonzo Ball or Imani Bates. I can't even believe we're gonna get one of those.
Bro, we don't get Melo. I'm gonna speak it into existence until they screw us over in a week. Because it's on the 22nd, right? So that's about 7 days from now.
Should we talk about the lottery? It's coming up.
Well, no, we're doing a live draft show for the lottery
Okay.
next week. So everybody listening, we will be doing a live show for the lottery. I think it's on the 22nd, right?
20th next
Or the
Thursday.
20th.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be doing that on Thursday on my channel. So be right back here on Thursday for the draft lottery. We either gonna be the happiest Pistons fans in the world, or our hearts gonna be broken when we get the 9th overall pick. Because that's when I'm gonna snap. You're gonna see me spaz out. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them. But I'm telling you, our future is now. They either gonna destroy our future like they did the Red Wings, or they gonna be nice to us like they did the Pelicans. We don't know what's gonna happen, but like, yeah, I know we don't know what's gonna happen, but like,
No.
man,
Bumped up
no,
in-
it's gonna be on my channel for the draft lottery. It's on my channel here Thursday. I forgot. I don't know what time it starts, but we'll probably start a half an
8:30?
hour before it
I
starts.
believe 8
So
or
it's
8:30.
it's at 8:30. So yeah, we'll probably start at 8 on Thursday, man. Probably at 8 or 8:15. You know, just right before the draft lottery, man. It's gonna be very, very exciting, man. So make sure you guys stop by on my channel for that. I'm gonna look for any more questions, and then we're gonna get to final thoughts, man. He said just get LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, man.
Yeah, I love him.
All right, you know what? This is gonna be the last question before we go, because I had some talks with some people about this. We had some disagreements. I'm gonna start with you, Bravo, and I'm gonna give this question to everybody. Who do you think is the best player in the draft?
Right now, I mean, it's really hard to just pinpoint who is the best. LaMelo has the best passing potentials in the draft. He is the best, probably like one of the best playmakers. But I think the best complete package, if you want to ask me, is Anthony Edwards, because he's got the athleticism, he's got the finishing, he's got the layups. He's probably like he played more games than Lonzo Ball than LaMelo. But I don't want to be hard on Lonzo than LaMelo. If
I
you
was about to
ask
say,
me,
man, Lonzo was a goat in college, bro.
yeah,
Don't forget.
so, yeah, if you ask me who is the better like a package, really it's hard to compare the two because they're both different players. You cannot compare Anthony Edwards to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is one of the best.
Well, I was comparing them, and some people were telling. Like, I was just saying Anthony Edwards was the best player in the draft, and people were like, LaMelo is better and stuff, and I'm just like, I would rather have LaMelo as Devin 99 is saying. I would take LaMelo over Anthony Edwards because I want a point guard, but I think Edwards is the best player. You know, like I'm not saying that Memphis wouldn't have drafted Zion, but when you got Jared Jackson Jr., you still probably draft Ja Morant over Zion. They probably would have drafted Zion, but it's very high possibility they still take Morant. You know what I'm saying? Even if they get the first pick, because sometimes you got to go with your team needs, and when Zion is better than Ja in my opinion, but Ja got superstar potential and he's gonna be special. So what does it matter? You know, he fits that team. Zion fits that team. And Anthony Edwards, I do think, is the overall best player in the draft, but I think LaMelo is the pick that I'm taking. He fits our team a little bit more. Yeah. But RACA3, who do you think the best player in the draft is?
It's tough. I think, or when I look at the draft, I think the bet, like the player, like I would say, like the best, like right now, is definitely Anthony Edwards. But I think if LaMelo reaches his full potential, I think he'll be the best player in the draft. So so if we're going just based off of what we're seeing right now, I think it's Anthony Edwards. But I think.
So you think Melo has the highest potential?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that because if Anthony Edwards is living up to his hype, he's a top 10 player off work. Like he'll be special if he lives up to his potential. Because him living up his potential will be him averaging 5 assists a game. I don't expect him to ever be a point guard, but who knows? But Pistons talk. Who do you think the best player in the draft is?
Anthony Edwards.
And why do you think that?
He's just got the complete package. Like defensively, he's a dog. Offensively, like sometimes the shot's a little crazy, but I think of that Michigan State game when he was just cooking them. Like it's just so
Michigan what? And I say it again, that Michigan what game?
Michigan State game when he was.
Sorry.
But
Cooking that team that was supposed to be the number 1 seed.
Who won the game though? Who won the game though?
I don't care, bro. He by himself.
Okay.
He by himself. Go ahead.
To me, Melo is, you can't deny his passing ability. You can't deny his length, his athleticism. But I think one thing he needs to work on is locking in on the defensive end. And I think once he does that, you could probably have 1A, 1B with both of them. But I would take Edwards right now over Melo.
Yeah, see, I have a lot of people tell me that Edwards isn't that good of a defender. So
Yeah, that's what
I don't
heard.
think. Yeah, I mean, but I think he's like he isn't. But and I don't want to say, but he's a better defender than Melo. But his athleticism lends into that, and his dog mentality lends to that. And I do think he's overall the best player. Like I'll tell you this, and one of the main reasons I still believe in Lonzo, because I'll never forget what Isaiah Thomas Zeke said about Zoe. He's like, Zoe is great. His passion is great. This is his rookie season. He said about Zoe, he said, offense is the easiest thing to learn in the NBA. He'll be fine in a few years. It's literally what Zeke said. He said he just got to focus on scoring in double figures. That's what he said. Now he's scoring in double figures. That's what Zeke said about Zoe. So I think he can develop into that. But I brought up that point. Lonzo is really one of the most athletic guards in the league. And if LaMelo had his athleticism, then I would say Melo's the best player in the draft. But Melo doesn't have his athleticism. I know we ain't seen it in a while, but Zoe got a 40-inch vert. Like he's 6'6". Like I said, he's like top 5 to top 10 fastest players in the league. He's a very athletic player. We don't see that from him. But if LaMelo had that athleticism, that's the main difference that I think between Zoe and Melo is definitely better handles and better at finishing. But Zoe has like all the athleticism. And then he has the defense and the passing, and he changed the shot. Melo has to change his shot. And that's the reason why I have the athleticism point is why I'm taking Anthony Edwards. I do think he has to work on his defense. But I think a guy like that can average 4 assists and just be a problem offensively. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year unless something happens. Only way he doesn't win Rookie of the Year is if LaMelo gets drafted to the Pistons, because if LaMelo gets drafted to the Pistons, we're going to be a playoff team, and they're going to get him Rookie of the Year because of that. He'll average like 14 or 15.
He'll be G League MVP.
Who, Melo?
Casey ain't going to play him.
oh, dog, bro. Oh, watch what happened when he sent Melo to the G League one time. LeVar gonna be like, bro. Casey better not put that man ever in the G League. Don't.
Oh man.
Benjamin, before I'm with you, LaMelo definitely needs to change his jump shot, and he needs to learn from Lonzo and like change that up because he has to work with that. Because
yeah, he definitely needs to change it.
Yeah, like that's the main difference. That added athleticism that Zoe has, LaMelo doesn't have. LaMelo is more like crafty. He reminds me of like some of the guards in the league. Like I'm not comparing him to Kyrie Irving. Don't do me like that.
No.
But Kyrie and Dame Lillard, they not athletes. They just so crafty and they can just get to their spot. And I think Melo at 6'7", he's not an athlete, but he's extremely crafty and he can get to a spot. Difference is Edwards is an athlete and is extremely crafty, and he does not have LaMelo's passing or his vision or none of that. But I feel like he can make up for it, man. I like both of these players, though. You know, we've had some talks about who the best player in the draft is.
Man, I hope we got lucky, man. I hope we got lucky next week.
Honestly, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have to be optimistic. I have to feel like it's finally going to work out. So, like I said, we're going to get a top 5 pick. And whatever we do, like, because I feel like we get a top 5 pick, give it all up for LaMelo, but I'm crazy. But I just need LaMelo so bad. And unless Killian Hayes is on the board, then maybe I'll let it go. But I just like, man, we got a chance to get one of these guards that could really change something, you know? And if it's Melo or Edwards, it is what it is. But all right, guys, if you have any more questions, drop them in the chat. If not, we're gonna do our final thoughts. I'm gonna see if they got any questions. Buffed Up says, "Don't disrespect Obi Toppin." I like Obi Toppin, but I don't think he's gonna be like those guards that we were just talking about. All right, make sure you guys like the video. All right, we're gonna do final thoughts. Bravo, final thoughts.
Good show. Hopefully, like we'll enjoy the playoffs. It's gonna be a nice the bubble. think it's going to be a lot of intense games. And we're looking forward definitely for the next 5 days on Thursday. Hopefully, we'll just get lucky. I really hope so because this is our only chance. We need really a desperate luck in this draft. And like whatever draft we really ending up on, whatever lottery is, we need luck in here, man. Luck is more important sometimes than the player. Trust me.
No, it is,
So,
bro. It's
yeah. So
everything.
that's all my point. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Man, like, look, I don't care whatever deity. I don't care if you believe in the deity. Whoever you believe in, pray to them. Ask them, please give us LaMelo. Like, give us LaMelo. We have to mess up getting LaMelo to be rewarded with Melo. It's all time. It's everything. You know, it's been a 17-year-long run since we screwed up this Carmelo. And I swear we
Yeah.
ruined that man's career. He would be a Hall of Fame. He'd be top 50 all time. He was with us because he had rings, plural. And I feel so bad, but now it's time for us to get it right. CA3, man. Final thoughts, bro.
Great show like always. I can't wait to talk about the playoffs when they go on this week. So I can't wait to be on for next week's show. And like always, thank you all for you guys' support, and be back on next week.
All right, Pistons talk, man. Final thoughts.
Good show, and B-Ball Grashit. We're not sleeping on Howard. We're not. He's a good player.
No, I'm not sleeping on the Lakers, bro. Like, I know they've been looking like that, but you know.
Anyways, really good show. Definitely like the video, and I can't wait to watch them play basketball and talk about it with you guys next week.
Man, I'm praying that this bubble gets started, and I just gotta see Sekou against these guys because he's been hyping me up. So all right, Sekou, I need to see this same energy on these guys. I need to see you crushing these guys because most of the teams, it's not going to be too many players on these other teams that are going to be more athletic than you. Yeah, it'll be a few, but you need to be cooking guy. Every person guarding you, I need to see you hit them with that crossover spin move layup. That's what I want to see from you. I want to see Sekou doing things. I want to see Bruce Brown doing things. I want to see Luke Kennard doing things. And I know y'all don't like it, but I want to see Blake Griffin at least play one quarter of one game. I just got to see him. You know what I'm saying? I just need to see him. D Rose, he doesn't really have to play, but C and I just need to see those guys play. So I'm glad that they're starting this new thing where all of the players from these other teams will actually get a chance to play, and I hope we get to see the footage. And I'm telling y'all think I, like Sekou now. Let him start cooking them dudes within this little bubble. Oh, it's gonna be a problem. I would be like Sekou's about to win MIP. That's what you're gonna hear from me. But all right, guys, it was a great show. Like I said, it's Free Smoke Saturday, so y'all already know, man, we going to have the fun conversations, man, and it's a lot of stuff going on with the NBA, a lot of things going on with the Pistons. As I said again, on Thursday, I'll say about around 8 to 8:15 to like 7:45 in that range, probably like 8 o'clock. Half an hour before the draft lottery start on Thursday, we're going to be live on my channel for the draft lottery. And we either going to see our hearts ripped out and broken as we get the 9th seed. We're going to see some disappointment as we get the 6th seed. Or we going to be like top five. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm going to stay on the positive side. We get LaMelo no matter what. And if we don't get LaMelo no matter what, we get Edwards or Killian Hayes or my boy Danny, the GOAT Abdia. Put some respect on his name. Y'all going to remember that name. But it's been fun, man. As I said, man, no Westbrook slander will be tolerated. No Luke Kennard slander will be tolerated. No Sekou Demboya slander will be tolerated. And no Lonzo Ball slander will be tolerated. Don't y'all know this by now? And if y'all want to talk about it, we can debate about it. No, I said Westbrook first, bro. Yes. But y'all already know what it is. I'm gonna start adding Blake Griffin to that list in a minute, but he ain't been. It ain't that much disrespect on his name, so we gonna hold off a bit. But all right, guys, it's a good show, man. It's above the rim with DSA, man. We out.